All right, so today I'm just going to show you a few items. I might have showed picking these up in different thrift stores, but I wanted to give you this little snapshot of items that I pick up that might sell through very quickly or might sell very slowly. I have the store, the eBay store, for about 10 years, and I don't have any of the inventory from 10 years ago. Most of my items sell through within the first year. Sometimes they sell through the first auction go around, sometimes the first, buy it now 30 days. The first item I'm going to start with is an art print. Now, it's not really that odd, but it is rare. When I saw this, I thought, oh, absolutely yes. Now, when I ran comps on it, there were no comps. So the average quick flipper might put it back on the shelf because they're thinking, okay, this thing doesn't sell through. But it doesn't mean that item won't sell through. It just means nobody else has one of those listed, which makes it even better. So I'm gonna grab the first item. It's got its first bid. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, and then I'm gonna move on to some items that I'm like, what in the world is that girl picking up? All right, grab yourself something to drink. Let's get started. So this first art print was framed when I found it on the bottom shelf. I showed this in a Thrift With Me video. This is Manville and King. They are a seed company, and they have a lot of antique prints. Now, I couldn't find one this large. I did find a few boxes that people kept seeds in, wooden boxes, with a small decoupaged print similar to this, but much smaller. This is, I don't remember how big this is. I'm gonna guess 11 by 14, something like that, just a guess. I don't know what my listing says, but it has its first bid for $149. And if I remember correctly, I paid about $3 or $4 for it. So as you can see, this was definitely worth picking up. Now, like I said, it only has its first bid. I think it ends tonight. I'll report back on Instagram what it brings, but if I went strictly by comps, I would have left this behind. So what I'm trying to share is that as you gain knowledge, you want to use your judgment too. This is the first item that had no comps, and definitely glad I picked it up. All right, item number 2 I found when I was thrifting yesterday. I didn't film in the store because the store was very crowded, but I got some unique pieces. It was a small mom and pop independent thrift store, and it's this swimsuit. And the minute I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, that's vintage. I'm going to take it off the hanger so we can take a look at it. Now, luckily, it does have a branding tag. I'm going to show you that too. But look at the legs on this. It's like a bloomer leg. How funny is that? It is elastic, but right away I knew when I saw this style that it was vintage, and it is Cole of California Originals. There aren't a lot of comps for the Cole of California that I saw. I think there were maybe 3. So again, the sell-through rate might not jump out at you, but there aren't a lot of this style listed. And the ones that were, like the leopard print, sold through at a very good price. So what did I pay for this? I paid $5. And even though the store marked it a large, I never rely on that, especially with vintage clothing. So as it turns out, this swimsuit does not have a size tag. Now, a lot of times, if a modern piece doesn't have a size tag, I put it back. I don't want to deal with, I don't purposely pick it up. I don't want to deal with having to figure out what size it is. But something like this, it's vintage, so the sizing is much different than today's sizing anyway. So most people who are buying vintage rely on the measurements. So I knew that it should be okay. I think I have this listed. Did I list you yet? No, I did not. I'm guessing, top of my head, probably $75, something like that, for a vintage swimsuit with no size tag. Okay, let's go to the next item. So some unusual items will give you a hint, sometimes a big hint, that it is a good item and it should do fairly well. Even if the comps aren't there, because it is a more rare item, you don't find them that often. Sometimes you just know because the branding is so good. So this ball cap is Tokyo Disneyland Mickey Mouse. This is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure this is vintage. I'm going to show you the tag for it. So sometimes the vintage items, the older items, the items from other countries are good, and again, you won't find a lot of comps for them, and you just know to put it in your cart. So that's what happened with this little hat. I have not comped it money-wise to know whether it's good or not. I paid $1 for it, so of course I'm not going to comp it, because even if they were plentiful, you know, for $1, it would still sell through and make a really good profit for me. So sometimes things that are more rare, you still know to pick them up, and that's always the case with anything Disneyland, Disney World from other countries. I found this little dog statue in Prussian Street Arcade. I filmed finding him. I thought he was terribly adorable. And I think I paid $14 for him. I think he's already listed. Now, if I put into a comp like a ceramic, hand-painted dog, it probably wouldn't come up and I would leave it behind. But I know this is going to sell through, because not only have I picked up other things like this, different breeds of animals have a whole following. So I know that this will sell through. And again, it might not have any comps for it. You might not find another one, because I'm pretty sure the whole thing is handmade. Now, it's made from a mold, but it is hand painted. Unfortunately not signed, but look how adorably cute he is. So the cute factor is definitely a factor when I'm looking at items that are more rare or more obscure. So in a couple of weeks, I am thrilled to be heading down to North Carolina. I'm going to meet up at FlipCon with other resellers. This is Josh and Haley Tornado from Harry Tornado, and they're putting on the conference. And I feel like most of them are quick flippers. In other words, they are buying items that are plentiful in comps. You can see what the sell-through rate is, and they're just looking to move it in and move it out. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to move things very quickly, but a lot of times what I'm picking up, I feel, is bringing a higher price point, because there's less of them out there, and that's what I look for. I want the rare item. I want the thing that nobody has. I don't mind sitting on it months, even a couple of years if I have to, because the return on my money is astronomical. And for one person doing this in my business, that is how I make as much as I do. I'm looking for that item that's going to bring me the biggest profit, even if it takes a while to sell, because I'm closing in on, I think, 4,000 items in my store. Now, sometimes people look at my store, you know, when I film downstairs in the basement, and they say, oh my gosh, she's hoarding, she has all of this stuff, but I am selling through. The stuff is not the same stuff. It's constantly changing. I'm constantly shipping out. All right, the last item for crazy items that I pick up, I did show in my last video, picking up, I went to Community A thrift store. I go to every thrift store, and they were having different sales, and green tag was $1. And while I was on the main floor of the store, I was looking for green tag clothing, hard goods, and then when I got to the counter, the showcase where they keep things behind the counter, and I saw a pair of skis that they wanted $70 for. I saw it had a green tag, and I said to the girl, the employee, I said, how much are these skis going to be? And she said, they're green tag. They're going to be $1. She said, that is the best sale I've seen to date, you know, the best item. So I'm going to show those skis to you. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy. I'm convinced they're going to sell, and they're going to bring an amazing profit. Let me grab them. Okay, so here are the skis that I found. I did take them out of the case that they were in. Truthfully, the case is in my garage. I have not cleaned it yet. Almost everything in the house is listed. I have been on it, and the skis and a few other items are all I have left before I go out shopping again. No death piles. All right, wooden skis. I'm just going to hold up one so we can take a look at it. I don't even understand or know anything about skis. Zero. I have never been skiing. I have never tried on skis. But when I see something like this and it's $1, why wouldn't you buy this? This is phenomenal. I think the person who wants this is not going to be skiing on them. They're either going to be, you know, somebody who has loved skiing their whole life and just wants to decorate with them, or somebody that just thinks they're cool. So 2 wooden skis. This is what it says on here. Should I try to read this? Split Kein, K-E-I-N, Splitkine Bass. So there is that. I imagine that's the branding. And this side, let me not hit the camera, made in Norway. These are LL Bean, I believe. They were in an LL Bean case, and I think LL Bean was selling them. LL Bean did not make them. So I got both of these skis and the poles. So this is what one of the poles looks like. $1. How great is this? I will be flipping these locally on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. No idea what I'm going to price them at because I don't think I saw a comp for this type of vintage LL Bean, that brand name, whatever I said. So yeah, so for $1, absolutely. Will these fly out of my store? Most likely not. I'm expecting to have these at least a year. But to turn $1, let's say, into $100 or even $75, that's a great rate of return on my money. And because I have capital to always reinvest, I don't need the capital back out of my products or my items right away. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to buy something and have it sit for 10 years and not make my money, get my money back out with a lot of profit. I do want to make profit, but I'm okay if this takes a while to sell. So that is the last item we're going to talk about of odd items I pick up, the unusual things that might not have a comp, but for my business model, it works great. All right, and you guys know me, in every hard goods video, I do a pair of shoes, and I actually have two on the table we're going to talk about. The first pair, these aren't cleaned yet. I do clean the suede footbed. This is almost a footbed like Birkenstocks. They're not Birkenstocks, but it's that real suede where you get the footprint. And on these, I will use a suede cleaner, disinfectant, and then a foam brush and brush out, or a foam sponge, I should say, brush the footbed. They're in very nice condition. I paid $8 for them. This is what they look like. This is the brand name Naot, N-A-O-T, and this is what they look like. I paid $8 for them, and they're fantastic. I was thrilled to find these. So that is pair of shoes number one. We have one more pair of shoes. So I saw these shoes sitting on a little shoe shelf in a thrift store, and I never heard of the brand before, Riker, R-E-I-K-E-R. They're a little pair of open-toed booties with a heel. Really nice leather, and that's what drew my eye to them. So it's not like a brand that you see a lot of. I mean, Riker could have a lot of comps, but what I'm trying to say is I didn't use comps. I saw the leather. I saw that it's a very nicely made shoe. There's a lot of detail. They're in great shape, and I paid $9 for these. So I knew I could get my money out with a good bit of profit. So here is a pair of really nice shoes, and I will report back what I get for them. All right, guys, so those are some of the obscure, crazy, rare things that I pick up. I don't know too many other resellers who would have bought the wooden skis for $1 just because they wouldn't want to deal with it. I never mind that. Sometimes it takes me a little while to process everything, to clean it, get it photographed, and list it. But you can be sure I'm listing every single thing I buy, no matter how crazy it is. All right, let's get on with the next part of the video. If you would, hit that like and subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below on if you think I will make money on any of the items that I just showed. Okay, so it is Saturday morning, and I have a few minutes, and I like to pull solds as I go along. So these solds are going to be from yesterday afternoon through today, Saturday morning, and I'm really not shipping out till Monday, but I like to get started. That way, things are already pulled, and when Monday morning comes, easy to ship out. All right, we're going to take a look at what has sold. Now, a few items are in these baskets. This is recently listed inventory. So I worked on this yesterday and the day before, and I haven't even gotten them packed, and a few things have sold from the baskets. So we're going to take a look at what has sold out of these newly listed items. So I think it is this Trina Turk dress that I just picked up with a Ralph Lauren belt. I recently showed this in a video, I think the very last video I did. So this sold through very quickly. Probably somebody saw it in the video and was waiting for it. And let me see what this sold for, $40.50. Next up, I also just listed these Crag Hoppers, a pair of men's, I'm going to call it outdoorsman pants. And I think they are in here. Let's see. Here's some beautiful Johnny Was stuff that I won through a Whatnot auction. I got 3 pieces of that and have that listed. But the pants, I think, are in here. I think I just, yep, I see them. So these are the Crag Hoppers, and I showed these in a video. What did these sell for? $27. And the Sue Wong top also sold. I'm going to ruin all of my neatly folded things. I think this sold too. Let me take a quick look at that. That is the Lily Pulitzer, the Welsh short. I just listed these. Super cute, size 4, and these brought $14, so I'm going to put those on the pile. All right, what were we looking for? The Sue Wong top. Let me see if I remember where that wound up. Here it is on the bottom. Beautiful, 100% silk, beaded top, and yeah, and this didn't even last a day. What did I get for that? The Sue Wong sold for, I'm a little unorganized today, $34.20. So that is a great thing. All right, a Cabbage Patch doll. This is one of the preemies. She's in a blue gown, $15.75. And dolls are over this way. So I do have a couple of places I keep dolls. She's probably going to be in here, or do I have another bin of dolls? Oh, I must have sold them all. Could that possibly be? Could that possibly be? I really haven't been picking up as many dolls as I normally do. And yeah, I see her in there. Let's see if I can get this down. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit dark in this back corner. And this is the preemie doll. Let's pop her over there. And we'll just put this back. Just a few Raggedy Ann type dolls, troll dolls. What else do I pick up? Sometimes vintage Barbies. All right, so I'm going to grab her. Okay, so I think I've had this doll probably a couple of months, $15.75. I don't remember what I paid for her, a couple of dollars. Next up, Infinity Pro Conair Frizz Freeze Curling Iron. It's new. I sold it for $15, so most likely it's either going to be in personal cosmetics or electronics. Sometimes items will cross over. I'm going to pull this down because I don't see it. Unless it's in one of these bins. No, I'm going to pull this bin down, and if it's not in here, it'll be in electronics. Okay, so I did find the curling iron, new in box, $15. So we got a pile going. These are the urns that I recently picked up, or planters, and I am waiting to fit them into a space because they are quite heavy, but just gorgeous. So this is what it is looking like down here. We are in good shape, nice and organized. Yesterday, I actually got the whole floor vacuumed, even under the shelving, and I will be washing the floor probably later on tonight. All right, next item is a Tahari romantic linen dress, $19.25, size 8. This will be in my dresses section. 8 is a medium, and it is a print. So either going to be in prints. Sometimes I put it by color. So I'm going to look in here first. If it's not in here, definitely will be in here, and I'm going to pull that. Okay, let's pop the lid off. Oh, that was easy. Tahari dress, 8, linen. Beautiful. Okay, doesn't get any easier than that. I'm going to grab my phone and bring it back to the table. Now, you guys often say you should get a cart. I do have carts. For some strange reason, I just like walking back and forth. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but it's just the way my mind does things. Okay, let's see what's up next. Next up is actually going to be in this chest here. It is a burlap tote bag, and any kind of bigger bags other than handbags go in here. So if it's backpacks, things like that. I do have a whole separate section for handbags, but I like to keep the bigger bags in this. This is a hope chest that I picked up on OfferUp when I first started organizing down here, and I put this chest on wheels so that it's very easy to slide around, and I just painted it white. This is like a lane hope chest, and it works out great. I can wheel this thing around, and in the future I can use it for something else, maybe seating or whatever I want. Something under like a window would be pretty, but for now I'm just going to open this up and show you what this looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Vera Bradley Skip Hop. This is a briefcase. Here it is. Drinks well with others. And I believe this is new. Pretty sure I listed it as new. Let me see if my listing can come back up. $12 I got for it. Pretty sure I bought this for $1 or $2. All right, next item. Next item up is a Prince Pro 110 tennis racket, $17.47. Tennis rackets are over here. And it has its case. Here it is. Prince Pro 110, $17.47. I believe I paid $2.99 for this one. Now, I'm not shipping this out today, like I said. I'm just gathering this and we'll bring this upstairs probably by Monday morning. I'm guessing I'll probably have about 40 going out the door. That's just an average. Sometimes it can be as much as 60 or 70. Sometimes it can be really low, like under 20, but that hasn't happened in a while. So that is a good thing. Tennis rackets are fairly easy to ship. I love when I find them with the cover because that just offers it more protection. In a recent video, I talked about running across a shoe find. These were vintage shoes. I picked up 28 pairs for $40. I think that comes to $1.47 a pair. Number 3 has sold through. I believe I listed most of them for $19.99. And these are Outdoorables by Daniel Green. And it is the pair right here, inventory A. Some of them I had multiples of the same shoe, and some of them were different styles or different brands. And this is this pair here. They are a green pair. I'm sorry, not a green pair, a black pair of Daniel Greens. So the buyer is getting them for $19.99. They're new in box, but they're vintage, and I paid $1.47. All right, guys, so it is basically Saturday, early afternoon. Figured I'd give it a quick snapshot of what my day looks like, just pulling a few of the solds for the weekend to get a jump on it. And then I'm going to fold this inventory and pack it so it can go into the bins, bring all of this upstairs, and then maybe wash the floor. Pretty exciting stuff around here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Go out and get what's yours.